I'm gonna talk about my own personal situation, which I don't really like to do. Um, I've been spending, I don't know, the last 10 years, give or take, talking about the corruption. I don't really like talking about my own personal situation, but for verification and documentation purposes, so that I can come back to my notes, I'm gonna do that. I do like to write things down. I'm old school. I take a lot of notes, but sometimes it's just good to free flow, think out loud. So the reason I'm coming up on trial soon here, we're going to be going to trial probably in April. Like, we have our pretrial conference hearing. This is out of Northampton, Massachusetts, on March 27th. The reason I am at court to begin with is to see my son. My son is nearly 3.5 years old, and I have not seen my son properly since birth. The mother denied a DNA test for about 5 months, and she would not let me see him appropriately. So I had to file to go to court. Now, last summer, my son tried to kiss my penis. Yeah. I've seen my son less than like 11 and a half hours every 2 weeks. Like, it's a shitty schedule, even after we got to court, right? So from October 2024, we've been at court till now, which is way too long too. But like I said, shit happened last summer. I reported it. And then the reason I haven't seen my son this year in 2026 is because he seemed traumatized. I think it was Christmas Eve last year. I had scheduled visitation, and he seemed traumatized. And the best that he couldn't even talk at first, but the best that I could get out of it is that maybe stuff was going on, like seemed like it was going on last summer. So I kept him, right? The police seemed on board with it. They, seemed like I was doing the right thing, and in my opinion at the time, I was, right? I'm trying to protect my son. And the reality is, because he's not formulating, words. I mean, he's talking a lot, don't get me wrong. But like, in order to testify on your own behalf or against someone else, it's, obviously a 3.5-year-old, it's going to be pretty tricky. Can't do all that. So, I guess I'm just gonna kind of recap this stuff that's going on. The mother, the mother has been physically abusive to me and verbally abusive to me multiple times over, right? So she's told me to kill myself. Nobody likes me. She shoved me one day, December 24th, at next to the car. She's got one hand, by the way. You want to get physical with me? You're a woman. Like, you're fucking stupid. She's a witch, a practicing witch. She's done rituals to keep me from my son. She has a theory of the ivory tower from childhood, where she wanted to keep a kid in an ivory tower. Like, how is she not living out her fantasy? She has ties to Harvard. I think she got her graduates from Harvard. I believe her stepfather, right? She's also part Jewish, right? Not full-blown Jewish, but part Jewish. And her stepfather, I think, makes prosthetics. She's tribal, right? Out of Mohegan. And what other red flags do I have here? Because I'm just trying not to, like, imagine the worst, you know what I mean? Giving everything that we know, but I see all the red flags, and, like, I'm just hoping it's not the worst case scenario that's happening right now. But I'm also not an idiot, and I'm paying attention to what's going on. Now, of course, they want to make me have a mental health evaluation, right? So that's in the court orders. No court orders to see my son, just for me to have a mental health evaluation, which is interesting because several motions ago, I told the judge that the mother exhibits coercive control, verbally abusive, and it was my motion for her to have a mental health check, and which is my right, and I can still refile that. But after the motion on the hearing for mental health, the judge just wanted me to have, because it's been biased the whole way. That's Judge Valaz Harris out of Northampton Probate. She's going to be called as witness in the case. So is Claudette, obviously the mother. Everyone's going to have an opportunity to answer for what they've done in court. Obviously, it's inappropriate to keep a child from the parent at this age, biological parent and the family. Apparently in Massachusetts, every motherfucker in the world can see your kid except you, if you're the parent. It's pretty fucked up. And obviously, this is a national problem. We have people across the country complaining about the family courts. It's nothing new, and it's obviously an issue. But specific to my case, I think I've referenced a lot of the problems. It's very clear that we're being kept apart. You know, they call it parental alienation. I don't know what Mass's problem is, other than they're all fucking corrupt. But Bill 4017 should have been passed, and it hasn't passed. What else? Yeah, it's very biased the way that the judge does not listen to what I say. It takes everything that the defense says for fact, right? Refuses to look at documents that I brought in relating to the case. So and all these things like don't make me feel any fucking better. Like I know it's all corrupt. I already know it's all corrupt, and now I'm just like in the courts one more time to fucking figure it out that it's all corrupt. Like I know it's all corrupt. It just sucks, dude. It's fucking stupid. So they'll have a chance to defend their actions on the stand. I think what they've done is inexcusable. Chief Justice Brian Dunn in Massachusetts wants nothing to do with it, or at least won't respond. The CJC, I think that's the 3-letter fucking entity that's supposed to oversee the probate courts. I got a letter from an Edward Nuff III, and I responded back, and they basically said they're not going to do anything to look into the case or go through the transcripts or just have any kind of oversight, because nobody wants accountability, and they just want to let the business take its course so that the lawyers can make all the money and then I can appeal it, right? And then we can go back and just keep doing this thing. And by the time my son is 18, right, then he can see me whenever he wants. So, like, good stuff, good call, guys. Thank you for that. First time father, you guys are all fucking scumbag piece of shit. On top of it, right, dealing with targeting and everything else, and like being called gaslit conspiracy theorists and all. Oh, that's another thing. The dumb bitch judge wrote conspiracies in the fucking in the orders. Like, really? Like, you're just gonna listen to the defense say that I'm talking about conspiracies online. You're not gonna verify, validate, check into any of that, ask one fucking question. You're just gonna say conspiracies in the orders, and you think that's a good idea? Whoops. Like, yikes, bro. Fucking yikes. Dealing with the fucking clown show. Except it's not okay because they're separating families in the process. And I guess while we're at it, fuck all you guys for gaslighting the shit out of me. Henry, this way, bud. They didn't do that. Yeah, gaslighting the shit out of me, right? And pretending like I'm the problem when you're all too fucking lazy to look at what's going on, and you're blowing Big Brother, and you're just taking whatever Big Brother says to the bank like it's fact and true while you're isolating your neighbors and shitting on people. Fucking shame on you, bro. You fucking retard. Sit the fuck down. Thanks for shutting the fuck up, by the way. All you people who know that you're fucked up and wrong and took the vaccines and shit, or just whatever, you know that you're dead wrong supporting this beast of a system that's oppressing the people, right? Starting wars in every fucking country, kidnapping your kids, adrenochrome, all the shit. Like, just thank you for sitting down to shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? It's so much better not having to deal with the liars who are in the way, like, I don't know, the thin blue line, there's some good police out there. Yeah, like you're fucking totally shot, bro. Anyway, thanks for shutting the fuck up. Everyone's about to shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Oh, that truth. I'm gonna shut them right down with the truth. This is a global movement, by the way, where nobody wants the lies, and we are going to dismantle everything with the truth peacefully, because that's all we're going to do. That's how fucking powerful we are. That's how fucking strong we are. We don't need to shoot you. We don't need to kill you, you dumb motherfucker. That's your playbook. All you do is fucking lie and murder people, right? That's what you do. You run wars. And when I say you, I'm talking about the government and everyone participating in the FBI and everyone else, right? All those special intelligence agencies, right? All those conspiracies, right? Just go around murdering people, killing people. That's what you do. But that's not us. We're gonna fuck you up with the truth so you can never do it again. And all those crazy experiments that you're doing, right? With EMF, there's electromagnetic frequency weapons and brainwave and brain interface and computer shit and micro, nano, bio, nano, Internet of Things, W-band, everything else that you're fucking with the human aura. We're gonna shut that shit down in real time. Whoop, 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 whoop. Dumb motherfuckers.